What is going on in Colorado? That's my question. We haven't talked about Colorado or even heard any hype about Colorado for like 2 years, I would say it's been about. What's going on? What's going on, Deion? Is the hype over at Colorado? Is the Colorado hype as we know it done? Is the Deion Colorado experiment done? I'm going to give my take on it. So number one, Deion's not done at Colorado. Trust me, he's long from done at Colorado. But I think that the Colorado hype train has kind of come to an end. It's kind of stopped. Everyone's getting off, saying, all right, that was fun. See ya. Have fun on the rest of your trip. That's kind of how I see it. The party bus has turned into a regular bus. And 3 years ago, Colorado was probably the biggest story in college football. Then Indiana happened. I think maybe you could make an argument that the Indiana hype, the Kurt Signetti hype, the last 2 years has kind of overtaken that, and I think it has. But I got to say, the Colorado games 2-3 years ago were really hyped, man. Like every single game was hyped. The TCU game, the Nebraska, USC, Oregon, all those games that Colorado played to start the year, to start with Deion's career at Colorado, were so hyped, and everything was going so high for Colorado. And the hype has kind of started to slow down. You know, the Colorado and Deion hype might kind of be coming to an end and kind of might be over, I guess you could say. Now, is Colorado done as a team? Like, are they going to just be back to the 1-11? No, I'm not saying that, but I do think that they kind of need to go back to the drawing board. Like, they need to look at it and say, okay, what do we need to fix? Well, here's my thing. Less hype doesn't mean less success. I wrote that down in quotation marks. Less hype doesn't mean less success. So since Colorado has less hype around the team, doesn't mean they're going to be a less successful team in 2026. It just means that they're going in 2026 and beyond. It just means that they're going to have to go after recruiting and portal as a different approach. They can't go after it selling Deion it and selling Colorado and being like, you come here, you're going to be center stage of college football. You can't sell that anymore. You can't sell kids that. You could sell them money. You could sell them a future. But you can't sell them, oh, you're going to be on the biggest stage in college football, because Colorado's hype is kind of gone. So now it's turning into recruiting and portaling the same as every other team. It's selling your brand as opposed to selling your people. So you can't really sell Colorado's or Deion's Colorado anymore. Yes, it's Deion's Colorado, but it's not as hyped as it used to be. So looking at Colorado, they're less of a headline, I guess you could say now, but people just need to look at Colorado and they need to kind of reset their expectations for Colorado. Colorado going 6-6, 7-5 is probably going to be normal this year. Like, they're not going to be an 8-4 playoff contending team. Sorry if you're a Colorado fan for saying that. 6-6 for Colorado is probably a good year this year. Making a bowl game is good for Colorado, and that's probably what I would say that they're going to do. So the Colorado hype train is kind of coming to an end. They can't sell the Deion Colorado anymore. They have to try and sell Colorado as a program, as a brand. They need to rely more on recruiting and less of just portaling and all this outside stuff. So when it comes to Colorado, I don't think that Colorado's done as a team. I don't think that Colorado is going to be, just this thing that was here for 2 years and now they're gone. They're off the face of the planet. I don't think that's how it's going to be. I think they're going to, have some more success, some more, 9, maybe, 8, 9 win seasons coming up eventually. We'll see what Julian Lewis can do. But I think Colorado needs to reset self-expectations, and people outside Colorado need to reset expectations and say, you know what, Colorado's not going to be the best team in college football. Colorado's not going to be the headlight or the headline of college football. They need to rebuild Colorado like every other team would. They can't rebuild it saying we're going to get rid of 50 players and bring in 50 new players. That's not what it's going to be anymore. It's going to be a process of building over multiple years like other teams. Colorado is not a team that can reload every year. They're a window team. They got to build up to a year. I think if they can do that, they'll be just fine. So that's my take on Colorado and Deion and that hype and whether the hype train is over. Is it over? Most likely. Most likely the Deion Colorado hype train is over, but it doesn't mean that Colorado as a team and their success is over. I still think that there's a bright future for Colorado and Deion Sanders. So that's my full take on them. Real quick check-in with Colorado. So yeah, that's my full take on them. But if you're a Colorado fan, make sure you are subscribed, like the video, and comment down below your thoughts on Colorado heading into 2026 and beyond.